Hello, our audio magician partners iZotope have a new Creative Suite sale. Until July 31st, you can add depth to your tracks with Neoverb, chop up your audio with Stutter Edit 2, and transform vocals with Vocal Synth 2. All for just $29. Also get 10% off other iZotope software with code FRET10. That's FRET10 at iZotope.com. iZotope.com. Ruinous loves it, and you will too. Go get it. Hi, fellas. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. It looks like Kendall is operating a vehicle.
I am. I'm hands-free chatting with you here in a Ford 350 somewhere in
neat.
Ontario.
You're on your way to Ontario to play a live concert?
No, so myself and the drummer of Callan Red, we run merch for a band out of Michigan called the Crane Wives.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually just left today for tour with them, and Toronto was the first show. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, drive safe throughout this conversation, please.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Kendall's operating the camera, right? The camera and the boom mic.
Jonah's
I'm sorry.
on,
Right.
Jonah's on
Jonah.
boom.
Sorry. Jonah's on boom
I'm the
and
best boy.
best boy, camera 1 and 2, best boy, director, producer.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, and then Connor, you're stationary there.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yep. I'm working from home today.
Where's home?
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Oh, right.
Mhm.
Cool. How's Grand Rapids these days? It's been a second since I've been there.
Yeah.
Have you played there before?
I have, yeah.
Do you remember where?
No, I have no idea.
That's fair.
I think is there is colleges or one there?
Grand Valley State University.
Yeah.
And then
Go
farther
Lakers.
west, there's like Hope College farther west. But
No, I guess it wasn't a college then. I don't know. I definitely played in Grand Rapids.
Calvin
I guess
College,
it-
maybe.
Maybe.
Calvin College does have like the nice auditorium.
They get better bands to come through than most other schools in the area.
Okay. Maybe also if I'm pressed, maybe I played in a bar venue and the music was upstairs. But who knows? Does that ring a bell?
Maybe the old intersection.
Yeah, maybe.
See? Probably the old intersection.
The old
the
intersection.
old.
So anyways, how is Grand Rapids?
It's good. We've
Yeah.
been living in this house, Kendall and I, for probably close to 2 years now. Kendall, you've been in Grand Rapids a bit longer. How's it been for you?
I like it. The summertime, dude, there's a lot of construction. There's just simply so much road construction in the summer there. It gets kind of unruly. No, it's good. The whole reason we moved there, because we're originally from Lansing, but we thought Grand Rapids was like a good small to mid-tier city, and kind of the music scene looked like something we could sort of position ourselves in to, I don't know, just start playing music more, playing more shows, meet people. And that's definitely, like, musically the experience we've had there so far.
Oh,
So I
good.
think it's
Nice.
been a good home base for the band.
Good. What was your relationship with music growing up in Lansing?
I mean, I was in, like, choir and band in middle school. Connor pretty much did the same.
Mm-hmm.
Connor played drums in a church band. I played some guitar for one as well. Not really. We didn't do much like writing or like band activity until we were like late teens, early 20s. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, Connor did drum corps.
Yeah, I did
which
a
you
lot
can
of
talk
like,
more.
I guess like competitive marching percussion stuff
You did.
for a couple of years. That kind of consumed my hours for sure. Yeah, not a lot of songwriting.
That drum course, from what I understand, which I've never did do, and I never will do at this point in my life, it does seem intensive to say the least.
Yeah. Yeah, like physically the hardest thing I've done to date. Like it is it's insane.
Did bands come through Lansing? Did you see shows?
Shout out
The
Max
Loft.
Bar. Shout out the Avenue.
Yeah.
Max
shout
Bar.
out the Loft.
There's a couple small venues, like Max Bar is probably 100 people fit in there, 150. Same with the Avenue. There was this place called the Loft, but nobody really ever came through. Like when we lived there and like growing up, if we wanted to go see a show, we basically had to drive to Detroit or Grand Rapids to go see like music. Like there just was nobody really who came through Lansing. There's one festival called Common Ground that happened, and they would get like some big names or like burgeoning artists, but that was kind of the one time you were going to see somebody in Lansing. Otherwise, you were, like I said, driving to Detroit or Grand Rapids.
Right. And what were you listening to when you were not going to shows and sitting in your rooms crying? No.
Tale of Two Cities audiobook.
A Tale of Two Cities audio.
That's a great answer.
I did throw that on. We just got off the Cal and Red tour we did in the South and in the Midwest a couple weeks ago, and there was one day in the van I was so tired of listening to music, and I think everybody else had fallen asleep, and I was driving, and I put on the Tale of Two Cities audio.
I
saw
remember that.
From the back seat. I saw the label on the screen.
Slowly,
and I was
people
like,
started coming
okay.
to, taking headphones out, and we're like, "What are you listening to?"
Old chap.
No, I don't know what did we listen to, Connor, back in like our formative. I know Jonah's probably got an answer ready on deck here. One album / like set of songs that I always kind of remember is songs about Jane, Maroon 5, with like This Love and She Will Be Loved and all those slappers on it. I remember we were at a cousin's house. We were really
those
young.
are good songs.
They put that CD in. Dude, that's like a front to back.
James Valentine
That
shreds
album.
on that album.
Yeah, it's what's the opening
The
track?
first one is
Harder to
Breathe.
Dude. So just like I remember we were introduced to that, and I was like, "Whoa, you can want to hear something again right after a song." Like, I guess we were just kind of listening to whatever was on like the country or like Christian radio station in our parents' cars at the time, and so I remember hearing that, and it was just like a blast to the ears. And it was like, damn, this is like what music can be. You can hear a song and want to play it again 5 times in a row.
I'd say for me, I still remember when my cousin showed me X and Y by Coldplay. Just a crazy melodic album, just like every melody hits, and I was like, "What is this music that I want to listen to?"
Yeah.
That's a good one for me when I was younger.
Well, this new record, Low Low, is great, man. I've been listening to it a lot over the weekend.
Thank you, Joe.
Shoot, thanks, dude.
And I checked out some of the earlier stuff, and this record seems to have taken kind of a new direction, and I can't exactly put my finger on it. I don't know. There's some density to it. What did you do? How is this process different for you from the earlier records?
I mean, our influences are changing for sure since when we started the band, and I think that we're also getting a little bit more comfortable with like new production aspects and such. Kendall, what do you think?
I think you kind of hit it with just like influences slowly changing, just like what we're listening to, and I guess just experience in like, because we only started like attempting to write songs like 5 years ago or so, like 5 or 6 years ago. So I just like experience and getting more comfortable and figuring out what you like and what you don't like. And with that comfortability comes a want to explore kind of new sounds and try different things out. Like just for instance, like the acoustic guitars that you'll kind of hear throughout some of the tracks, or with like a indie country, indie tone or undertone or whatever you'd call it. Like that's never something you would have seen earlier.
Right.
And I don't know, there's some shorter songs on there too, which I love. Like She Won't Say, 1985 are very just like boom, boom, catchy, over and out. Just exploring with different ways of songwriting, different structures of songs.
To me, there's a sonic density to it as well, which indicates a little more, not that your previous stuff was not thoughtful, but this seems like more, you've doubled down on really songwriting and thinking about what you're doing.
Yeah, I think we just took our time a little more.
Mm-hmm.
I think the original plan was this was going to be an EP of like
Okay.
5 songs that was going to come out last fall or winter. Um, and we were just rushing through recording the last few, and they weren't songs that we were stoked on. And we just kind of thought, why not just like push it out, take our time, make them sound as good as they can, and just like push off till an album next summer. And that's what we ended up doing,
Right.
and we were able to kind of get everything locked in and give it like the fullest sound. And Connor was able to have as much time as he needed for all the like final stages of production and mixing and whatnot.
Well, I'd like to play She Won't Say. Is that cool with y'all?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
So don't remind me. A bit misplaced, but often I see we're always out to do the same thing, and all that time to lose is over now. Distracting, what would you say? But just not meant for every weekday. 'Cause if that loneliness was stolen now,
I did listen to that song mostly. That's that. I'm privy to the whole record, but I think that's my favorite jam on there.
Oh dang! Thank you.
Yeah,
Sick.
and it pumped up my kid on the way to the soccer game yesterday too. So
Nice. Did he score a
Did
goal?
they win?
they won 2 games and lost 1 tournament.
Okay.
It's a good record.
No goal though. He's a defender
Ah, gotcha. Crucial.
and very important supportive role. So I understand, Connor, you sort of produce. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you split up the duties when you write songs and record?
Well, we both write our own songs, or we write together. But I don't, like Kendall will write out an entire song and produce it kind of himself, but it'll kind of flow into me towards the finer production aspect and like the mixing to being ready. But in terms of songwriting, we'll sometimes just write completely separate songs.
Oh, you do?
Um,
Okay.
Yeah, so like She Won't Say is like one that I wrote and sang, and I thought it was going to be like a filler track, but it ended up turning out better than I thought. And like I know Kitchen Kendall wrote like that whole song, and so yeah.
She Won't Say video is a great video. It's interesting because it ties the meaning of that song together in kind of a funny, unspoken way. I mean, it really delivers. Whoever came up with that concept nailed it, I would say.
Kelly.
Shout out Kelly.
Kelly McGurr.
Yeah, it's a beautiful video. And the other interesting thing about it is, I don't know if everyone does this or if some people do this, but I imagined the beginning and the end of the video when the two people are sitting near each other, and maybe he's thinking about her, maybe she's thinking about him.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I've sat next to someone that I was attracted to when I was a young man and just probably spent 10 minutes
Thinking about your life
her
together.
being my girlfriend, marrying her, our vacations, and there's like, oh, and it's like, oh fuck, that didn't happen. But it seems
she
it
missed
seems like
out.
that's
all
the
I'll
vibe
say
too.
on that. She missed out. That's her loss.
Yeah. And do you ever share lyric writing?
Yeah, I think Boyfriend was a good one that we did, right? Kind of.
Yeah, that one's definitely a merger. I think, well, like Connor said, if somebody comes up with a guitar song, the other person will maybe put some tweaks on the final lyrics, just some touches. Maybe there's a line that Connor made, and I'll just want to change a syllable or two to like tighten up the way the vocal delivery is done or something like that. But yeah. It's just kind of either 50-50 or like 90-10 sort of thing, depending on the track.
Yeah, I think in terms of the record, I think Kendall sang and wrote like 2/3 of the lyrics on the whole record, and I probably sang and wrote maybe the other 1/3.
I love the Habits video, and my favorite thing is when you break at the end, because the whole time I was thinking, man, you guys are like actors. You're really hanging in there as delivering
really?
some.
Pouring
Yeah,
rain that day too, wasn't it?
it's really funny. What's next? Are you hitting the road? Are you going to support this record some more this year?
We got a couple shows this fall locally that we're playing. I guess I can say it because it's going to be announced in like 2 days, but we're going to be opening up for the Crane Wives, the band that Joan and I are on tour with right now. We're opening for them in September for their album release show. So that'll be a nice big sold out endeavor.
Yeah.
We are having what's tentatively going to be our own album release show on September 26th at the Pyramid Scheme in Grand Rapids with a band called Same Eyes and a band called Theatrics. That's also not announced, but will be announced very shortly, probably.
Okay.
We are doing some touring around the Midwest in early November. I think we're playing like Chicago, Bloomington, another Grand Rapids show, Detroit, Fort Wayne, and then we're going to New York City as well in the middle of November for a show. So it'll be our
Cool.
first time back there in like a year and a half.
What's your instrumentation when you tour?
Oh, wait. Well, we used to do for the longest time a 2-piece, and it was just Kendall would play guitar and sing, and I would play 2 synths, one as the main and one as the bass. And then we'd put everything else in backing tracks. So like drums, other synths, other guitars, miscellaneous vocals. And it was very strange and not a conventional setup. But since then, we've added live drums to get a lot more like of that live energy. And so, yeah, drummer, backing tracks, guitar, vocals, and then I just played a couple synths. So
I do love the drums on the record. I like the way they sound, and I like what you've written. They're killer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Tell me something. Did James Mercer just give you guys a call out of the blue? How did you get in contact with Jimmy?
The thing is, he's been begging for so long, and we finally just thought we'd give him
I knew that. You know why I knew that? I knew that because I have access to his journals and I read them.
Ooh.
And it's not cool, but you guys are all over it.
That's awesome.
No,
how did it?
So that connection came from Connor and I used to play in this different band called Myrtle back right before Cal and Red, like the year or two before that. We were in this band called Myrtle with our cousin. Connor played drums, I played guitar on that project, and we basically got to open a few shows for the Shins. James gave us his first tour van because of this contest we entered and won. And so
Oh
it was
God,
the Shins
I never
van
knew that.
contest. Yeah. We were in that band that won it. So we kind of loosely kept that connection with him throughout the
Yeah.
years. We played in Portland a couple of years ago, and he came out with Tucker Martine and watched us play with our little two-piece
That was
setup.
cool.
Um,
That was
which
really cool.
obviously
Yeah.
both those dudes are legends. I love everything Tucker's done too. So they came out, we got to chat with him for a bit, and then with this song Kitchen, it just really felt like it was kind of an idea. I don't even know how we spun it. Connor and I were in the car on the way home from Bloomington, a show we did like 3-4 months ago, and we started talking about how cool it'd be to have a second vocalist on Kitchen. Originally, I thought it'd be, because it is like a breakup, push and pull, I thought it could be like a back and forth. That's not what ultimately we ended up needing from somebody else. We just needed some harmonies, some background vocals, something to like accentuate it, let people know there was another persona present for it.
Yeah.
So we were going through names of what could be good, and I had been listening to Shoots Too Narrow a bunch, the second Shins record. A lot of acoustic guitar on that, like some songs with some country undertones, which we were originally going for with Kitchen. And the song Gone for Good kept coming to mind. That's like one of my all-time favorite
That's a doozy.
breakup tracks. It's just such a gorgeous song. Like personal, so intentional. And so I kind of pitched it to the team as like, what if we tried to get James to sing? And I don't think anybody thought we were going to be able to, but then Zeke, our manager, one of his longtime friends, kind of pitched him the idea when he was tracking some drums for him, and James said, yeah, he'd love to, and he liked the song. And so he did a bunch of vocal takes, sent them over, and then Connor mixed them down. And he was,
Nice.
I liked how like it was so cool. It was such a testament to like how good Connor is at like mixing and production, because James did, it sounds like he just would do a few takes and was like, yeah, that's fine.
Mhm.
Connor knows what to do. He can fix it. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's the coolest thing on my resume to date.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Getting James Mercer's stems.
he's on the track.
Yeah. And I've heard it. It sounds killer. It's great. I wish I could play it, but it's too early. This is going to come out
early.
before it.
When's this coming out?
Friday.
Oh, word. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Rock
Unless
on.
you want me to, I can spill the beans.
Ooh.
No, I'll never do that. People just have to wait, but it's worth the wait. All right. Well, I'm going to let you go. And Kendall, drive safe.
Yeah.
Continue to drive safe. Thanks for the time today, fellas.
Thanks for having me.
Congra-
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
Sure.
Nice chat.
And congrats on the record.
Thank you.
I'm going to talk to James this week. I'm going to tell him you guys are still dicks.
Always have been, always will be, baby.
Yeah. No, I jest. All right. Well, thanks again. And I hope to see you. It doesn't sound like you're going to be in Seattle this year, but who knows? If you're in Seattle or Portland, I'll come check it out.
Definitely.
Rad.
Thanks, Joe.
Cool. All right.
Thanks, Joe.
Take care.
Thank you.
Peace.
Take care.
Bye.
See ya.
I take my shoes, I count in twos. You thought you knew, but you never really did, you. I sing along to all your songs. I got a bad tendency to never mow the lawn. If we could be together somehow, cut me at the knees like wow. If I could get a handle somehow, show me what it feels like. Girl, you look saddest. I was the one that let this happen.